Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. We are going to be doing a project today. I'm trying to do as many of these as I possibly can. And then still going to try to do some projects in the evening. I just put the link in the comments for these cutouts. So I told you guys yesterday we're going to do the lighthouse because I'm trying to do some of these coastal cutouts. So that's what we're going to do. Hello everyone, welcome. Hopefully this is going to work, and I will pull up my iPad so that I can read what y'all are saying. Hello. All right, let's open this up. It has already been a busy day here. All right, let me turn the volume down. Hello. Let's see, go to myself. How do I get to myself? There it is. Hello everyone, welcome. I look tired. I look tired because I am tired. Happy hump day. That's right. Okay, we're gonna do the lighthouse, and I'm gonna show you the crab. The crab is so good. Everyone needs the crab. I just pulled the thing off and I recorded it and I took it outside and took pictures. It is absolutely by far my favorite of all of them. I just want you to see like how beautiful this is. We're going to go outside and look at it together. But we are going to be doing the lighthouse here in just a second. Sorry about that. Oh, well, flip it. So we're going to be doing this lighthouse here. Look at this. It's so glorious. Just wait for me to open this door. Like, I'm going to open the door. Holy stinking cow. Like, I don't know if you can see. Like, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Like, I always try to have to find a spot where I'm like, oh my gosh, because the sun's behind me. It looks so good. Look at that shell along the border. It looks so amazing. It's so colorful. It's so vibrant. It's so beautiful. The crab. Oh my gosh. The crab is so good. Oh, I gotta shut the door. You did the quilt square and you love it. Oh my gosh. I am in love with this thing. I am in love. Obsessed. Y'all, I have such a mess over here. I really need to clean this area up. But we're going to do the lighthouse together. Oh my God, it's so amazing. All right, let me put you back up here on the stand. Ooh, there we go. Isn't it beautiful? Let's see. I missed some comments. Love the crab. Hello, Edith. What is up, everyone? You got your t-shirt club package. Shirt and earrings are awesome. I wasn't sure if everyone was going to love the earrings. We did a butterfly and we did them like a solid color, but a coordinating color to the butterfly t-shirt. In fact, April is wearing the t-shirt club shirt today. She's wearing it today. And so the color of the earrings are, and April painted those earrings, and Zach put the hooks on them because we had that whole fiasco with the t-shirts that we had to take care of, and that they were late getting shipped, but I think it turned out really good. I think it turned out so good. What's up, Barbara? Waiting. It says your t-shirt's going to be there on Friday. That's so good. I'm so glad. I love it. So beautiful. Hello. Thank you, April Mason. I really need to learn another craft project. I got you. Shelly, they are just going through the system, however long it takes the post office to do what they do. And it is what it is. I wish that our office worked a little bit quicker than they do. It's just, sometimes it's just unfortunate that they don't move any faster. But I'm in love with the crab. In love with crab. So, like I said, we're going to do, this is style number 2, and this is a lighthouse. So I had a lot of requests for me to do some coastal designs, and so I figured I'm going to do it. I'm going to do them, and I'm going to try to do some during the day and then do our crafts in the evening. How did the sunflower with the triple thick turn out? So we're going to talk about that. That was the next thing on my to-do list to talk about before we get started. So I'm going to be really honest with you, and when I say really honest, give me some time to explain. Okay. So resin is like super like rock hard. It is super solid. It's very firm. It's like glass. It's probably the closest thing that you can get to like a clear see-through glass that isn't like an acrylic. And acrylic is like a solid. So I've been looking for alternatives for people because we did introduce this new collection, and we know that there are people who are never going to do it because they don't use resin, they have no desire to use resin, or they have a resin allergy. And so, or they are just intimidated to try resin. I don't know what it is, but there are many reasons why people don't want to use it, or they think, or they believe, depending on which product they get, it can be toxic to them, which is true. Some resins are extremely toxic and you need to even wear a respirator. But if you do your research and you find a good resin that is non-toxic and not as harmful, I would suppose, you can get a resin. But I've been trying to find alternatives, and we tried the liquid glass product, and it did okay. It did okay. It's still outside. We still have it sitting outside on our patio. We're going to see how it does and how it holds up. And right now it's still doing fine. So the liquid glass is doing good, but the liquid glass shrank a lot, and there was a lot of fallout that happened from like the backside, and it just really shrank a lot. So I'm just being honest with you, the liquid glass is an option, but you have to try it yourself. I can give you my opinion. I can tell you the feedback. I can give you all the tips and tricks, but until you actually use something for yourself and know how it works and what the end result is, you may decide, well, that's an alternative. I don't like it. So you may not like it. But when it comes to this Deco Art Triple Thick, this is still very pliable. Like, I don't know if you can see, I can still bend this. Like, I can cup this. It is very flexible. And with these cutouts, let me find one. They are flexy. They're flexible a little bit. What has happened, in my opinion, with this triple thick is that it is soaked into this material, and it has made this whole thing, like, do you see how I'm moving it? Like, it's just really pliable. And I have never seen our wood cutouts become like almost rubbery. And then when you squeeze like the middle of the thickness of like right here, it's almost like marshmallowy. It's dry. It's no longer sticky on the back. It's completely dry. But it's squishy. It's really squishy. And if I were to push through the center of this, which I don't think you can probably see, I'm going to try to capture this so you can see what I mean. So I don't know if you can see my finger. Hold on, I'm going to try. Let me try. Do you see the glass moving and bubbling outward right here? It's pliable. Now, here's the thing, okay? If you're like, listen, I can deal with that. Because look at it. It's beautiful. When the light hits through it, it looks kind of a little bit milky. But if you're like, I want to be included. I want to be able to do this project. I want to be able to do these crafts. I really love this and I want to try it. You can absolutely use this product. You could probably hang this, you know, in a covered area inside your home. You can probably prop it up on something you want to hang it on a wall. You could do something with this. I would not put this outside. I would absolutely not put this outside. I would not expose this to high temperatures and high heats because I feel like it's gonna melt. And I also would not put this anywhere where it's going to have like a lot of movement that could cause this to separate. But if you wanted to put a piece of chain on here and hang this like on a gallery wall or something like that, that would be a great idea. If you want to put this on your Christmas tree, sure, you do the little Christmas tree thingies. You want to hang this on one of the hanging sign stands that we have and like do that, you could totally do that. There definitely has limitations to this, but the end result is this triple thick held the glass in place. It is pliable. I do have a couple spots where you can see where it had fallen out. It didn't hold it near as solid. You can see right here, there's a spot right there. And then you can see like right here in this opening, there's a little bit of fallout. And then right here, there's a little bit of fallout. I can't promise you that this is going to be super durable. Now, did it work? Sure. Did it dry? Sure. Did it hold our glass in there? Absolutely. Is it like resin? No, not at all. It's not even like close to resin. It's not even close to the liquid glass. The liquid glass was harder than this. So this to me has the consistency of like, if I were to put Mod Podge in here, I feel like when glue dries, it becomes kind of rubbery and flexible, but it made all of the wood cutout pliable. Like I'm wiggling it. I'm moving it. I'm like bending it. Like I'm bending, I'm cupping it. Like, so that's my feedback. I just want to preface this by saying like, it's a long story. You can use triple thick. Mod Podge has something called Dimensional Magic. I have not used it. I have some somewhere. I don't quite know exactly where it is. I don't know like how that's going to work. But just trying to peel off the little sides of this, like that kind of like dripped off the edge. It's very rubbery. It almost also reminds me kind of like liquid cement. You remember when you would go to like art class in school and you would use like the liquid cement and it would get dry and then you would peel it off and it'd be kind of rubbery and you can like bend it. That is what this really reminds me of. So this is a very large open area and this is probably the most vulnerable spot right here. Is this. This I can completely like move. Like I don't know if you can see this. Like I am moving it. Like look at that. So this is day 2. It has dried now for 48 hours. And I've not seen much change. I don't know what day 3 is going to look like. So I'm just going to kind of let this be our test subject and see what happens. But I will say this. If you have some triple thick and you want to try this, go ahead. This is what you're going to get if you were to do this one the way that I did it. Could I put a piece of twine on here, a piece of chain on here and hang it on a cute little stand and just be like, oh, I'm not touching it. I'm not bothering it. No one's going to disturb it. Will it hold up? Absolutely. Absolutely. But do I think that you can like store this away and like use it year after year? No, I don't think that. I don't think that at all. So that's my feedback. And I'm going to take a picture of this for day 2 so we can kind of see the process. And then I will add it to a little like resource. I'm going to do a resource guide of like alternatives, my feedback on the different ones. The one thing I will say that this did better than the liquid glass is the finish on the wood cutout frame. The finish is way cleaner. It's not as splotchy. It does still have a little bit of a texture to it, but the wood frame, it doesn't look as messy and sloppy as like my butterfly did. This definitely leveled itself out a little bit better. But y'all, I filled this completely full. I filled it full and it shrank in and this is what we got. So just wanted to tell you that. And that's my feedback. So That is the sunflower with the glass and the Deco Art triple thick. So there's a difference in the, gosh, what is the name of that stuff? The top coat. What's that top coat? So Deco Art has a top coat, but then they also have triple thick. So there's a difference. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you. All right. So we're going to do this lighthouse, and the lighthouse is a 12-inch, and we're going to use these colors. Now I'm going to do mine red and white lighthouse, and I think it's going to be really bold. You can do a black and white lighthouse. You can do a blue and white lighthouse. You can do it however, like whatever the style is that you like. For this example, I really love this ruby red. I don't know if you can see that ruby red. It's like ruby red. So beautiful. So beautiful. So that is what the color is. I would use Firestorm, but I'm looking for a vibrant lighthouse. And let me show you the difference in the Firestorm. The Firestorm has like, this is so hard to see with the lights, the way that they are. Let me just do it from the back side so there's no glare. You can kind of see how the Firestorm has like rich dark spots in it, and that would be this right here. Like right there, that's the orange, and this is the Tree of Life that we did. This is really pretty, but that is the Firestorm, and we did a comparison of it yesterday. It's got those darker pieces, and so it kind of looks like a fire. It really does. Looks like the paper tape held up on the sunflower. It did, but if you were not here yesterday, it made the paper tape very, it soaked up moisture. I don't know. But the paper tape on the crab was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So that Frisco, what was it? Frisco something. This one right here, while it may not feel like it's super sticky, I use the brayer, like I use my craft stick, the stir stick, to push the back onto the back of our cutout, and that crab turned out perfectly. So that Frisco Craft paper tape is a great alternative. So now we're going to get started on this. So if you are new here, we do crafts, and let me show you what we did last night in case you missed it. There it is. Hang on. Last night we crafted 4 different projects, and I brought them here. I haven't taken pictures of them here, but I forgot to put the strawberries in the cup. But we did the berry basket, and these are little add-ons that you change out, and that is the berry basket. And the berry basket is not reversible, although somebody said you can make this into like what looks like maybe a fireplace mantle. You could probably do that. But this is the berry basket and our strawberries insert. Then we did the little cup. We did the cup. It was double-sided, and so you can do the front and the back. Okay, this comes with this little dot pattern on here that you can paint those, and then this one comes blank, and I just used a napkin and I just drew a pattern that was kind of coordinating with the front side. And then we did the lavender. So the lavender I did like so, and then I painted the back side of the lavender green, even though it doesn't have that overlay piece, because if you wanted to just from a distance you can see, it'd be cute. So this is what we did last night. Okay, so there's that side, and then there's this side. I love the green with the green in the cup. It's so cute. And then this is the lavender on this side. And the great thing about these is these little add-ons are compatible with these little add-ons. This one's not reversible, but so this is how it looks. Okay. Then you can put your lavender in your little berry basket if you wanted to. and you could turn it and you could do the back side of this. And we have like over 50 different add-ons. I have some in this basket that are, my goodness, that are already done, and I'll show you those really quick. So like these are done. So this one would be like the cardinals. See how wide the cardinals are? And I did break a little piece off here. The cardinals can go in your little berry basket. The cardinals can go in your little cup. And then you can flip it around. I'm going to break all of the things. You can flip it around and do it on this side if you wanted to. So that's the cardinals. Oh, let's see here. Let me see. Oh, let me show you the crate. I haven't done the crate yet. But imagine if you did the crate with the lavender. You could do that. The crate is really cute if you put like the strawberries in the crate, and it's got like the greenery on the sides. We also have the flower vase, which I've not done the flower vase. And it will be really pretty with the lavender coming out of the top of it. Isn't it just so cute? So we have a bunch of different bases. These are like the interchangeable sitters. These are the add-ons. Then we have the lantern. Okay, so we have these butterflies. So like the lantern sitter, you could put your lavender in front of this, like so. So you have lots of options with these, lots of options. We have the little mason jar, which this is super cute. And this would be super cute in our little cup. Sprouting up out of our little cup. Love the little tulips. But then the tulips would also be super cute in a little berry basket. So you just have to look through and like have a vision of like, well, like what do I want to do, and all the different things. Now this is the butterflies. And the butterflies could go in your little berry basket. And the butterflies could also go in your little cup. So cute. They could also go on this side if you wanted it to. Let's see. Let's keep these separate. And then we have this little, the mason jar. You can put your little lavender coming out of your little mason jar. And then you could put the strawberries in your mason jar. Options for days. There's so many options. We just had Easter, so let's see. These are flowers. So let's look at these little flowers in our little berry basket. Kind of like that. Cute. And then the little flowers in our cup. Some of these I've already painted. Some of them I haven't painted yet. But now then we have the word joy. So see how this is joy is very kind of Christmassy. So you could put the joy on your little cup. If you did this like a Christmas themed cup, you could totally do that. And then this is the other side. And then your berry basket, you could do the joy. Completely up to you. Have our little Highland cow and the little berry basket. Cute. And then we can put our little Highland cow in our cup. Ain't that adorable? I like how the little mitt kind of coordinates with the cup. Definitely, look at that cow is so cute. Our little rolling pin. Just adorable. Adorable. Let me show you something that's a little bit like a larger example that's going to give you an idea what I'm talking about if it's too wide. So see the little snowman with the sled and then the snowflakes? Do you see how it sets off of the berry basket? This is what I was talking about last night when I was like, some of these are gonna sit off the sides. But on the lantern, which is more sitting like on a tabletop, it actually looks really cute with the little lantern. And then your little mug, do you see where it's not quite following the scoop? These, not all these are created equal. They're not created equal. So that was what I was talking about last night, about the width of the bottom kind of overstretch the sides. And then we have like these little hearts here. So the little hearts here are wider, but they make more sense than the snow coming off the edge. Does that make sense? Then your little berry basket also comes off the edge a little bit, but makes more sense. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I try to take pictures of all of these to like show what they look like so you can see them. Let me get the Santa. The Santa's in this other bag. Okay. So I broke the Santa. What's up, Brenda? I broke my Santa. I dropped it. Oh, I just broke it again. This is gonna fall apart. Okay, let me just hold it here so you can see what I mean. So this is the Santa in the sleigh. So do you see how the sleigh comes off the edge? His arm comes off the side. Like this is a smaller example, but I dropped it and broke it. So probably not a good example. And I tried to like piece it together with a piece of some, I don't even know what this is, but it's broken. I'll have to make a new one. Let's look at our ghost with a pumpkin. Another example of something that's a little bit wider. It's got the little candy corns that come off the edge. You can shift it a little bit to center it. It's really cute. But some of them are wider across the bottom, but they could still work. All right, now you kind of have an example of like we don't just do the glass cutouts and stuff. We do a bunch of different things. And there's so many things that we craft and paint and do and just create. And people have different interests too. So that's also a thing. But I have these cut specifically. So the little hugger sitter, the window hugger base, I'm going to put glass in these windows. I also had him cut me this one so that I can put glass in this lampshade so that we can use it. I also had him cut me this butterfly for the spindle base so that I can put some glass in there and show you how to use it. I had the bee nightlight cut so that I could do that one. The palm flamingo, sorry, it's the flamingo. I had him cut me this lighthouse so that we can do this one, which we'll probably do that since we're already sitting here. We'll do that lighthouse too. This barn star, put glass in that one. Sea turtle, this little sea turtle nightlight. The flip-flops. And then I had him cut me the butterfly nightlight. So these are really inexpensive cutouts that you can do and craft with. And so I just thought, you know, I figured we can do all of the trial and error, and I can try and take as much time as I can to like give you examples of stuff that you can craft. So That's what we're going to do today. So we are using a lot of glass and resin lately, and there's a reason why, because we need to introduce tutorials to help people know what to do. And so that is why we're doing a lot of these. All right, so now you know. Now I'm going to point you downwards so you can have like an overhead view like you did yesterday. And then you can kind of like follow along what we're doing. Just like so. And I have my iPad over here where I can read your comments. You haven't seen the Barn Star. We have over 100 and something night lights. Over 100 and something of the night lights. So we'll come and we'll probably do that night light last. But this is what we're going to work with today. Sorry, I need to put my debit cards in my pockets. Oh, let me go grab my water really quick. Okie dokie. So, I'm gonna take this piece of cardboard out. I don't need it until later. But I do need some wax paper. Let's use this sheet that I have over here. And we're gonna go ahead and stain this. We're gonna paint it black. Oh, there's some glass on there. Alrighty, so if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them. Party can't come soon enough. Yeah. So this is style number 2. If you were interested in this one, it is style number 2 in the cutouts. And we're going to paint this black. I need a plate. And you can use like a stain. You can use like min wax or whatever. I'm just going to use paint to do this one. I feel like it's so hot in here. Gotta do both sides. So let's do. Oh, this. Normally apple barrel paint is not that thick, but that is thick today. All right, so we're gonna coat the entire outline with black paint. And this is super simple. Anybody can do it. And wait till you see my idea for this one. I don't know if I can outdo myself with the crab because the crab is so good, but I think we can do this one. So for those of you who are looking for some coastal examples, this is going to be one of them. Plus lighthouses are really cool. I have on my true crime shirt today. And this is kind of reversible too. Like you could do it you could do it either way. Like you could complete either side. There's not like a right side or a wrong side. We had to go to Savannah this morning. She had a doctor's appointment. My sister did. We stopped and got Wendy's. I got a bacon double stack with no bun. And it was okay. I don't know why, but I like Burger King's burgers better. I guess because they're fire grilled, flame grilled or whatever. And then I had like 7 French fries and I dipped them in chili. Does anybody else do that with their Wendy's French fries? They dip them in chili. I love to dip my French fries in the chili. Some people will put their fries in the Frosty, which I saw they had new Frosty, like Frosties like with the swirl stuff in them. I did not have one, but I was very tempted. Very tempted. All right, this is the back side. And so as you can see, there's flashback from our laser cutters. That is completely normal. It is not a defect. It is not an imperfection. That's just from the manufacturing process. And we don't lift up our material off the honeycomb bed because then it will not cut our cutouts evenly. So if we lifted it up off the bed, it probably wouldn't have as much flashback, but we would rather them cut more even than not cut even. So that is just part of the manufacturing process, is that flashback. Some people think it looks cool. Like it's been torched. Do you guys remember when people were like torching like farm tables and making like, you know, that have burnt looks to it? It's similar. All right, getting close. This side. Guess I could just swipe it. Hello, happy Wednesday, everyone. I see people coming and going. Usually, so the Facebook algorithm for my business page is I'm typically not here live very much during the day, and so not a lot of people get notified because they don't typically watch me during the day. But the more I do this, the more people will know that I've been here and they'll start getting notifications. But until then, we're just gonna do a few afternoon crafts for those of you who want to hang out with me. All right, so this is what our lighthouse looks like now. We're gonna dry it, and I'm gonna set that aside, this paint, and we'll come back to that if we need to. Let's dry this. Making sure it's dry. Alrighty. So I'm gonna pull this out and set that aside. Okay, now we're gonna put our sticky back on here. And yesterday we used this is the Frisco. Let me pull it out of the trash. Actually, I'm gonna save this. Let me cut this out of here. That way I remember. It's called Frisco Craft. It's paper transfer tape. I didn't see it initially when I was ordering the stuff off Amazon, and this came up like as a comparable to the Vinyl Ease. So it's Frisco Craft, and it's 12 inches by 100 feet paper transfer tape for vinyl. Now, it doesn't seem as sticky, but it will stick. You just really have to use like a brayer, like a rolling pin, some sort of something to create the pressure of adhesion for this paper transfer tape. I'm gonna set that right there. So that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna roll this out and we're going to adhere our cutout to the back of it. And I think I need, can I go this way? I think I'm gonna go this way so I have a little bit more wiggle room on the sides. So we're gonna do it that way. And then you can just like roll this to the edge like that. And you're gonna get like 100 feet of this. All right, so now this is stuck to the transfer tape. So I'm just going to fold these corners in and fold this edge kind of in. And I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna use a popsicle stick. And this is what's gonna hold in all of our stuff we're gonna put on here. All right, now I'm gonna flip this over. Flip it over. And we're going to bray. Is it bray? I think it's bray. We're gonna bray it. Sorry, y'all. I'm not, like, my comments are not staying on my screen for me to, like, see what you're saying. Hello, Linda. Hello, Jean. I did my lighthouse for the first time with resin. Not sure it came out right. I learned from my mistakes. I bet you it is just perfectly a-okay. So do you see how when I'm going over it, it starts to get a little darker? I'm just making sure that I adhere it to the edges. Just want it to be really good and stuck. This is just part of the preparation. Mainly you want to focus on the edges so that it doesn't like lift up. I think that's pretty good. I have a little bit of fold right here, so I'll have to just keep an eye on that. There we go. All right, now we're gonna lift this up and flip it over. And now it's all stuck. It's all stuck on here. All right, we'll use this later for our resin. All right, so the colors that I have in mind are shell for down here in these little rocks. Okay, we're gonna do the blue. This is just shell, like the crushed shell. We're gonna do this royal blue here, and I'm gonna do like an ombre, I think, with this, where it's lighter and then it gets darker. And then we're going to also take this circle here and we're going to blend in the daydream, because the light is going to come from the lighthouse and it's going to lighten up our sky. Or maybe it's dark to light. Maybe it was darker but the ocean, and then light, like a, you know what I'm saying? It's like a gradient. So these were the colors I was thinking for the sky and like down by where the water is. Like if this is the rocks, there's water. And then as we get up, it's gonna get lighter, and this is gonna be where the light comes through. Okay, so then I have this color which is the olive meadow. That's going to be our light that's shining from the lighthouse, and then in the openings of our windows. So the lighthouse is going to have light through its windows. I have a white. This is Snow Cap. I haven't done the Umbrella Woman yet. I'm going to do the Umbrella Woman. I promise you. I'm going to do that Umbrella Woman. I'm going to do a red and white lighthouse. So this is white glass. This is not see-through, transparent. This is actually white glass. Okay, so we're going to use that. And then I may or may not use some of this clear in with the blue and the gradient for the transition of the night sky. And then this is the ruby red. I'm not using Firestorm. I'm going to use the ruby red because I really, really like that. And that's what we're going to be doing for our lighthouse. Alrighty, so we're going to start with our rocks. We're going to go ahead and put our shell in here. We can go ahead and do that. And I do recommend that if you're going to get this shell, you can see how it has like a white residue. This is natural mother of pearl shell, so you want to keep that in mind. And you might want to clean your glass. We don't pre-wash this. It just kind of comes this way. So just know that. And I like this little silicone cup here. I think it's so fantastic. I don't know what that is in there. There might be debris in your rocks or your crushed shell. And so we're going to put our shell in these two openings right here. And I'm just going to drop it in, and then I'm going to position it where I want it to go, because it does take a little bit of patience to get this to look the way you want it to. And this is mother of pearl, so it's going to have some reflective. This is a real shell. And so pick out the stuff that you don't want, and then you can swap it out with pieces that you do want. Like if you want something that has a little more texture to it, something a little smaller, you could do that as well. So I'm going to do mine like this, and I'm going to stick another little piece right in that little opening there. And let's go with this one. It's a little darker for our shell. Let's swap out this one. Seems a little lighter than what I want it to be. Ooh, I could just flip it over. There we go. There we go. And let's stick this in right there. So that's going to be on this side, and then we're going to do kind of a mix on this side. Take that bigger piece out. Let's put this really pretty one in there. Let's take out this one, and let's put in that dark one. And this you just really have to have some patience with, because you want them to kind of pile over each other to fill in that little opening. And let's put that dark one right here. Spot there. And let's take out that one. Let's put in this one. That one's kind of cool. Just use your creativity. Have fun. And let's put in this little chunky bit right there. All right, I think that looks good for our rocks, our little rocks for our lighthouse. Okie doke. So I'm gonna put this back in here. And these are 16-ounce bags that I'm using here. all my other glass is at home, so I went and got this to use for these examples. Now I'm gonna clean out this cup real quick with some alcohol because I just put where's my paper towels? I just put that shell in there and it's got that powdery stuff on there. Oh, you can watch me do this all day. I mean, there's people who absolutely love to watch other people do like arts and crafts and just making stuff. Let me dry this. I just don't want my cup wet because my glass will stick to it. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is do my olive meadow for my lights so that I can kind of have a visual of how this is going to look, because I want to be able to visualize this gradient for the sky of the light casting in the sky, like, well, through the lighthouse. So this is olive meadow, and if you're not sure what it looks like when it's set, it kind of looks like this. It's like a yellow haze. It's really, really cool, but it also looks like sand. So we just kind of want the light to be shining through from the lighthouse, like the lights are on. So guiding the ships. You miss my face? Well, I have a lot of people that like the overhead view and watching like the step-by-step, because there's people that follow along these tutorials, and then there's people who just like to hang out and they don't really mind, you know, being able to completely see everything that we're doing. But I don't have a lot of workspace here. Like, this is the backboard of my photo area. Like, this is my work section here. So I don't have an area where I can have me and my project, you know, in the frame. So, and then I also have this set up with an overhead camera so that I can take pictures when I'm, you know, getting new stuff ready. So when I'm at work, this is kind of, you know, this is kind of the view that I have. All right, let's come over here to this side. You wouldn't want anyone to see your face? Listen, I felt the same way. I absolutely felt the same way. And most people don't care. I don't care if a person who's doing a tutorial or showing me how to do something is showing me their face, because I want to be able to see all the details. And that's just my personal preference. I love watching a tutorial like this. Like, I can sit and watch countless tutorials. Love it. Especially like painting tutorials. Those are my favorite. Okay, so you see how easy that was? And then we're gonna put this in this little opening here because the light is shining through this. And I'm just squishing it through. Into the little openings. I might need a little bit more in that. You too? You're in the hospital again? I think you hold the record for most hospital visits in a year. I don't know how you end up in the hospital so much. But I do hope you get better so that you don't have to be in the hospital. All right, so our light is shining out of our lighthouse. It is dark. They're using old-timey lights, so they're yellowy. They're not them LEDs. They're not LED lights. Bob Ross, yes, I love Bob Ross. I love me some Bob Ross. Absolutely love me some Bob Ross. just stick that piece up there. All right, so we got a window here, we got a window here, and this continues to strip over here. So now we have our little light is on. The ships can see that there is somebody in the lighthouse, even though this is totally imaginary. And we're gonna put that back in our bag. Okie dokie. So now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our red, because we want to start making our lighthouse colorful. Okay, we're gonna get this ruby red. And so red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, red. So we're gonna do the top of this red. Let's do that. I'm gonna spin this around, kind of upside down. And I'm gonna do these two right here. So we have a red lighthouse. That was a little bit much. Definitely don't want that spot there. All right, let's do a smidge in this little opening here. The top of our little lighthouse. A little bit of red is right there. It's gonna be in our window. Have to get that out of there. It's fine. All right, so I'm gonna pour this in to this area. And I'm gonna move it around. Some of these are a little bit harder to get it into than others. I looked up pictures of lighthouses and I saw some that looked like black and white, and then I saw some red and white ones, and I was like, I really want to just do something a little different. Let's do red and white. This piece of glass right here. All right, so I think that looks great. So now we're gonna do this opening. Another little spot. Oh my goodness, come on, there we go. Sometimes this can like jump out of the little openings. Into others. So that one's going to be white. Holy cow. We don't want that in our white. I don't have any tweezers here. Kind of is what it is. We'll just leave that other little speck there. Alrighty, let's do the next one. The bigger they are, the easier they are to fill. Isn't this so pretty? Wait till it just comes together. It's going to be beautiful. These wood cutouts are, well, they were linked in the comments. Hang on. We have the wood cutouts in the glass. I just have to go get the page for you so that you can copy. Let's go back to Facebook and paste. We order this glass and pallets. we bag all of this glass ourselves. We bag it in 8 ounce, 16 ounce, and 2 ounce. So it does not come like this, no. And we have, our stickers are coming. They just aren't here yet. We have stickers that are going to be on here, like labels, and then it comes with a label on the back that tells you the ounces, the color, and then the color code. So when we have these, like, there's a kit for this, and it has a color code of glass to tell you like what glass is in the bags, so you know. And so this is Daydream, and it's color code 10, and it's 16 ounce. And so there'll be a label on the back of them. This one is 16 ounce royal blue, and it has code 12. So all of our products have these barcodes on them. Some of them don't, because I just, yeah, like this one is Olive Meadow. This is color code 4. So we bag all of this ourselves. And we do have, you can get like 5 pounds of a color in bulk. And then we have like a pound. So if you do like workshops and classes and you're like, I need, you know, 5 pounds for my classes, instead of like a single pound, you can order it that way. And so you get it kind of discounted. We have a ton of people that order them for classes and stuff. You're welcome, Shannon. Yeah, this is this outline, if you just want to get this outline as a single outline and not like a bulk pack, because we have bulk packs too. This is style 12. It's not style 12, it's style 2. And there is over 120, I think there's right at 120 designs. I just haven't got the rest of them cut yet. We have some more coming for like summer. And like the fall. My tweezers are at home. I need to get like a second pair of tweezers here. Let me go get my tape. Actually, I'm going to use a glue dot. I'm going to use these little glue dots to get this glass that I couldn't get with my fingernails. And then this is going to be red down here. It just bounces off of the other pieces of glass, and it just goes into the little other areas. That's what happens. But I do need some tweezers here. Hello, Jennifer. I'm doing good. Doing great. We had a really busy day today. Trying to remember what I said I was going to craft tonight. Oh, a cutting board. That's what I said I was going to do. A cutting board. I'm going to hold this down. So you don't want the colored glass in the other openings or it will for sure show through. Wow, these sticky dots are a great idea. Okay, so we've got our red. Now we're gonna add in our, let's do our, I don't wanna put the white in here just yet. I wanna do the blue in case I get really messy with it. So I'm gonna do the blue. And let me close these all up because I don't need these like dumping onto me. All right, so this is, oh, see, there's a piece of blue in there. This is Ruby Red. This is Olive Meadow. So Olive Meadow. We did the crushed shell down here in the rocks. And I have the snow cap. And now we're gonna do the blue. So we're gonna start with the dark blue down here and we're gonna try to like gradient up. Okay, and we're gonna try to do a transition into our night sky. This is royal blue. And I'm just gonna turn this to the side so that I can put this into the bottom here. So I'm gonna put some right here. And I'm gonna try to like follow this sky around. So this is gonna be down by the water line, which you know the water looks really dark at night. So that's kind of what my brain says. Dark blue. We're going to try to do this over here. Ah. Oh, I can fix that. I'll probably shift it once we add the resin anyway, so it's not really going to matter. All right, now I want to try to match this kind of curve up here just a little bit. Okay, so now I I think I'm gonna do this is Tidal Wave. Okay. And this is gonna go here. That white in there. I'm gonna get a paintbrush and I'm gonna drag this kind of into this, and then this kind of up into this. Some of this over here. There we go. So the goal is to kind of create like a little gradient blend without like super mixing the colors together. And now this here will come like right up here. We're going to do the other side the same way, but at least now you can kind of see how that's going to look. Blue in my red. So there's just no getting it out. Okay, we'll use the little sticky dots to get that out of there. I'm going to add that Daydream, which is this, into this part. So we're going to have it kind of glowing from the top. All right, let's do this side. Not quite all the way up. Okay. Let's get that into the corner. I feel like I need to put some of this onto this other side. All right, now we're going to bring this in to the bottom. Up to here. A little bit more. Let's move some of this up there. All right, I think that's pretty good. Now we're gonna kind of press it back down in place. It's like the ocean reflecting into the sky. All right, now let's do this one. All right, that was Tidal Wave. This is Royal Blue. And we're gonna do Daydream, which is this one. Battery's gonna die. Happy Wednesday. This is like the night sky. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing we did with this, and we're going to move this up into here. I might need a little bit more. So let me just use my finger to like push this up into here to transition. This down and then move this back up. So my interpretation of this is that the light is shining in the sky and it's causing the light to create a reflection outward, that the sky is dark and it's illuminating around. And I might need to do a little bit more cross blending through here and then like up and through here. But I'm trying to create an interpretation, if you will. So let me get this back over here. I'm just gonna put my hands in here and sprinkle this in to this little opening here. And so I don't know if you can see this. So I'm gonna take and bring some of this down a little bit more and this up a little bit more, so that it has more of like a gradient that I like and not so much like a harsh line that I was seeing. So this is like the night sky. The ocean is blue back there. Looks a little bit better. There, I think that looks better. Okay, I like that. We'll find out how it looks when we add the resin to it. But this is my night sky. You know how when the light is bright coming out of the lighthouse, it's causing the light, like the sky, to change and color shift as you get down to the ground. It gets darker again. So this has got the ocean is reflecting into the sky. That's my mindset. A little bit of blue right there. Okay, now that we got our sky on this side, now we need to try to match it over here. So I'm gonna put this in here. Push it kind of up and around. And definitely I'm gonna add some more of this, for sure. Okay, we're gonna mix this around. Put that up in the corner. I'm not putting the two glasses together because I don't want to have to like try to separate them. I can't imagine trying to separate them. But I am gonna add some of this. Into there. Each side is going to probably be the same. This side of our sky looks a little different. That's okay. But what I can do is sprinkle just a little bit of this right in here. Kind of match that. I think it looks pretty good. And then up here is not going to have, it's just going to be brighter up here because this is the water down here where the rocks are. And this is going to be the bright part. That's that light blue gradient here that continues like up here. There's a white chunk there. So we're just going to put this light blue right there. It's all interpretation. Whatever you imagine. There's no rules. All right, so I got the top. Now I can kind of see how it's gradient flow. And now I'm gonna do this side right here to kind of match this. And I might need to like pick up and move stuff around. So I'm just gonna try and like mix some of this into down here and like push it in and out like that, like kind of upward. So put in some of that blue up higher, bringing this down here like this, scooching it over, just doing a little mixeroo Just a little mixing. See if I can get a similar look. And I think I'm gonna pick this glass up here and move it up top. Okay. And I'm gonna add, and just see how it looks. Well, let me plug in my iPad. My iPad died. Let me plug it in really quick. It'll come back on in a second. Put some of this. Scooch it kind of downward. And then we're going to put our white in for our lighthouse. Okay, I think this looks fine. I think it's a great effect. Love it. Okay, let me put this blue back in here. I think I need just a smidge right there. Now I need to get my glue, the little glue dots, so I can pick out those pieces there. And I'm using the little glue dots off of here. These little glue dots. Like, it's kind of like a putty. And I'm just gonna pick up these little glass pieces that kind of fell into these little openings instead of trying to get them with my fingernails. Have it in our white glass. Make sure I got it all. It looks really, really, really good. There's a little spot right there in that corner. Okay. Now we're gonna put in the white. Now, like I said, this is a white glass, so it's not gonna have this transparency. It's white. So keep that in mind. It is white, like it's white glass. All right, let's start down here at the bottom. You could put shell in if you want to. I'm not doing that. And I wish I had tweezers because I just got white in my red. It's all right. I'm not gonna give myself anxiety over it. And you can underfill this so it has a little like resin around each piece of glass. Which is what I'm trying to do, is like not fill it with as much. It'll be more shallow. I like the way the white glass looks. Okay. That is good. Next. Told y'all I'd be here today to do the lighthouse. What other ones would you guys, like, I get a lot of requests, like people will directly message me and ask me, can you do this one? Can you do this one? There are other different ones that you want to see completed, so you have like an inspiration. You can let me know that too, because there's so many awesome ones. That looks good too. I was gonna do it black, a black and white lighthouse, but I thought I'm gonna do color. People like color. And I poured it kind of in the middle so I don't have as much bounce into the other side over there, because that does happen. All right, last little opening is right here. Try to do a little, so I don't have it go into the other colors. Okay, there. It's like almost perfect. Okay. So this is how it's turning out. I need to get me a little screenshot of this. Sorry. There we go. I was hitting the wrong button. I mean, do y'all see how pretty that is? Look at that. So this is our light shining through our little like lighthouse top. This is light in our little windows. The rocks, this is the ocean down here. The light is shining and it's causing brightness, and then it's getting darker as you get down to the ocean. I think it's cute. I think it looks great. So now we're going to mix up some resin so we can finish this project. And I'm gonna put all this glass away, get it out of the way. Oh, I gotta close this one. Definitely don't want this in the way. Oh, sorry about that. So sorry about that. Is that parchment paper underneath? No, this is paper transfer tape. This is the one I used. We've also used Vinyl-Ease. We've used Tape Man Blue. I've used several different ones. This is the new one that I just ordered, and this is the second one I've used it on. It's transfer tape. It's sticky. So we're gonna set that aside. And now we're going to make up our resin. And so we need a stir stick. I need gloves. We're going to use our gloves. Zoom this back out just a little bit. And I did that whole crab yesterday. So I did the whole crab yesterday with 100. I'm thinking maybe I can do it with 100 today for the lighthouse. We're gonna see. We'll see. I might have to mix up a little bit more, but we're gonna do 100. And yes, so this is what we're gonna use. Alrighty. So work in a well-ventilated area. Depending on the resin that you use, if you decide to use resin, you might need to wear a mask. You definitely want to wear gloves. For sure, wear gloves. Please wear gloves. Some people have resin allergies. I don't have a resin allergy, so because I've literally got it all over my hands, and I just use alcohol to clean it up. So I don't have a reaction. I don't get a rash. But it says on here, causes skin irritation. They have to tell you like all these things. Causes serious eye irritation, may cause an allergic skin reaction. Do not swallow. Avoid direct contact with skin and eyes. Keep the bottle sealed after use. Dispose of the contents by local, regional, national, and international regulations. Keep away from children. Keep away from children. Keep out of reach of children. So they're telling you all the things. This is the KHKD. And this is the resin. It just talks about precautionary, wash thoroughly with hands, do not eat, drink, or smoke when using this product, wear protective gloves. If swallow, call poison control. If on skin, wash with plenty of water. If in eyes, rinse cautiously with water for several minutes. Remove contact lenses if present and easy to do so. Skin irritation. If skin irritation or rash occurs, immediately call poison control doctor. If eye irritation persists, call a doctor. Specific treatment, see the manual. Take off contaminated clothing and wash before reuse, and dispose of contents per local. And it just basically is telling you all the same things. So some people have allergies to resin. Like I have a latex allergy. Some people have a resin allergy. And so use caution when working with it. And so this is 100 milliliters, and I'm going to do part A and part B. So we have A and B. I learned that you add B first, then add A. So start with B, then add A. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Just to be clear, A is not necessarily first. B is not necessarily second. You have the hardener, and then you have the resin. Start with the hardener. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. B first. B first. In case you're watching, this is B and not listening. And we're going to do 50. And there's a line on this cup, and I'm trying to see through the cup to know when to stop pouring. And then put your B lid on the B bottle. Okay, now we're going to put A into B. And you don't have to shake this. And then I'm going to fill to the 100. You can see it through where my glove is. And I do this slowly because I don't want to overfill it, because the A is thicker. And then I just kind of drizzle it till I get to the line. So in case you cannot see, there are little swirls now, and we need to create one, like we need to mix it. We need to mix it really good. So it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to do so. And I'm just using a stir stick, like a paint stick, like a, you know what I'm saying? I got it at Lowe's. Scrape your edges. And you're going to start to see that it's going to start to get really ribbony and mix together. And then it's going to get really clear. And you'll be able to see there are no more ribbons of stuff. Like, you can tell what part is part A and what part is part B. It just makes it really good. This one doesn't have a smell. It's non-toxic. It's, you know, it's all the things. But you might have allergies. So just use caution. And not all resin is created equal. Also, not everyone's senses are equal. Like, I don't smell anything, but you might get this and be like, I have a super hypersensitivity. I just don't have that. So just use caution. But I've made a lot of these. And this one, I feel like I have the least amount of bubbles. The Let's Resin brand, I had so many bubbles. It was not funny. This brand is pretty good. And I just want to scrape the bottom, make sure I got the bottom really mixed in. Just going around. And then now it's like almost clear. Like, if I look at it, I can see through. I don't see any little swirlies. It's all well mixed. Now, I am not, so this is, again, KHKD. I am not going to just pour this over this, in case you're new to watching this. I'm going to drizzle it, and I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to work my way outward. And if I get it on the wood frame, I like that. You may not like that. So I'm going to start right here with the red, and I'm going to go all the way around the little opening, and we're going to let this level, because this will self-level in the glass. So I just want to make sure I got enough in there. We're going to do the white. Just drizzle it. And then I'm gonna let all, like I said, I'm gonna let it all settle, and then I'm gonna come back and address what needs to be addressed. Let's do this one. Most of the times where I notice there's an issue is in the corners and then on like the edges. But like you can see right here, this is starting to run into this. It's starting to level itself out. It's really easy. And I'm just dipping it in and letting it run off the stick. I have overfilled, I have underfilled, I have thought I've not overfilled, and I found out I did overfill. Like it happens. You just, less is more. If you're not sure, use less until you know like how it's gonna level. Some people don't like a lot of resin. All right, so I've gotten all of this in here, and I can see that right there needs some, right there, and right through here, right there, right there, in that corner, right there. Now I don't want this to run off this edge because once it starts to create a path, it's really hard to come back from that. All right, let's do our shell. I'm just drizzling right over the top of it. And I'm gonna let that sink into there. I'm gonna do this side. Almost like drizzling icing. Or syrup. And we'll come back to that because once it starts to like fill, you'll see where it settles. All right, let's do the top up here. Little opening there. We're going to do these little openings for our light. Sometimes wherever your resin drops starts to separate your glass, so you might need to go back and like readjust it. And then the work time on this resin in particular is about 30 to 40 minutes. And then it starts to get kind of thick. All right, you can see how that started to settle in there. All right, I'm gonna do the top, this blue. Again, smaller openings are easier to overfill. So just try less is more. All right, now we need to do this side here and this side here. And we have a little over half of it left. So we've done the middle and the bottom with a little under half. And now we're gonna try to do the rest of this with what's left. And hopefully we'll have enough. So just drizzle, drizzle. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. So my iPad's off, so I can't see anything y'all are saying. Just see a little spot right here in this red. All right, let's let that settle. Come back over here to this side. Get that little corner there. Let's get this one here. And that little corner right there. And that one. You definitely can kind of like turn it to the side and like see where you need to add some, for sure. Come back over here. That corner. All right, let's do our blue. Do along the edge. You can see where I got a little bit of red there. Let's do this side. Let's let that set. I think we're gonna need to make a little bit more. Not sure. We shall see. Let's come over to this side. Maybe not. I don't know. This is starting to level itself. Definitely right here we need some. And I'm gonna get that dark spot out of there. I think we're probably gonna need about, I don't know, I hate to guess, probably 10 or 15 maybe. Just trying to let it settle. We are for sure down to nothing. See how much we have. So I can see we need quite a bit right there, right here, right through this side right here. Let me get this tool, get this dark piece out of there. So there's like a, I mean, if you see any like pieces that are dark, because this is recycled glass, just use something to like pull it out of there. Just these little dark pieces. And then if you see a colored piece of glass somewhere where you don't think it belongs, you can also like pull that out of there too. Yeah, this is gonna need, like, this is gonna need more. For sure. Let me get a wipe. Okay, so we're going to make, I'm going to prop this up here. We're going to make 20. So we're going to do 10 and 10, but I'm going to not use that cup. I'm going to use a new cup. Okay, so I'm gonna make, let's do, I think I'm gonna do just 10. 10 and 10. We'll do 20. All right. And I'm doing the A and B. Actually, I need to do the edges. I need to do a little bit more than that. Sorry, y'all. What is that? I'm trying to see what that is. Where's my line? Is that my line? Where's my line? Oh, that is 20. Okay. See, I almost put the wrong lid on. Now we're going to put A. Sorry, I couldn't see. All right, so let's mix this one more time. I'm gonna mix it quickly. This has got a little more bubbles because I don't have as much in there. I am going to add a little heat to this to try to pop some of these bubbles because there is quite a few. I mean, I'm being real vigorous, so let's do a little bit of heat. Too much, we'll flash cure it too. Oh, that's pretty good. Oops. All right, there's not as many bubbles. There's a few. They'll work themselves out though. And we're gonna use alcohol to spray on this. Okay, so I'm back where I was. I can see where I need to add. Right through here. Along that edge. For sure. Right through there. Right through here. In this little middle section. Okay, then right there. Let's let that set. Right through here. You can see it. So I had to stand up and like look over the top of it because the light is shining on it so much. Okay. Seeing this red right there. And this blue. Her phone's ringing. Okay. So a little spot right there. Like a dark spot, like there's dark spot right there. There we go. Maybe it wasn't a dark spot. Maybe it was my imagination. Okay, so now that this is kind of done, you can see little white areas where there's kind of no glass. There's a little dark spot right there. You can usually float it to like the top. All right, now this will be the point where you can start to create, like if you want to blend your gradient colors, you can do that too. Like if you're not happy with how it looks, you can kind of shift things around. All right, I think that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. This red has little spots. Like not in the corner. That corner. So the corners are really hard to get the glass to go into because of the shape of the glass. You just kind of manipulate it and tell it where you want it to be. Like that corner right there has nothing in it. So I'm gonna push this into that corner. There is a blue piece right there, or oh, it's white. It's a white piece. Get your edges. I can tell that needs some more right there. Okay. So I can see there's like almost like a line here. So I'm gonna take this like that tidal wave, and I'm just gonna kind of drag it from one area like up into this other area and like mix it upward just a little bit. And then like just press it downward. So dark piece right there. I mean, that's pretty good. All right, so this side over here, I feel has a little bit more of a dark blue, and this has more of like a, almost like a confetti mix. This can probably try to go up just a little bit into that little corner there. And then I feel like this is really like a deeper blue. So I'm gonna take some of this lighter and kind of move it down. And then I'm gonna swirl this just a smidge.
That looks pretty.
Isn't it cool? Push this. It's not quite the same as that over there, but it'll work. Now, if you feel it needs a little more, you can always add some. Now let me see what it looks like. I mean, it looks okay. It was just really looking blue. All right, now I'm gonna add some right here. And I think that looks pretty good. Now, right here, dark blue. See that it's a dark blue. This is where I was telling you, once you get your glass in, if you're not really sure what about the placement, once you add that resin, you can work it around if you have time. I like that so much better. Okay, now that this is kind of done, I'm gonna go over the edges with a paintbrush. So I don't really need this anymore. I'm just gonna set this right here, and I'm gonna clean this off because I've got resin all over it. That's done. All right, and then I have this paintbrush here. Whoops, I almost dumped that. I'm just gonna put it into the resin, and I'm just gonna go along the black outline, and it's probably gonna move some things around, but I can always fix that. So I'm just gonna go over it, covering the frame. This is the boringest part. Is like just coating the edges. Now, if you don't like that, you could stop where I was just done. I like this. But it's not for everyone. Typically it goes pretty quickly. I do like this. I like the colorful ones. She must be printing labels. Are you printing labels for glass?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It is still printing. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Are you gonna run out of labels?
No, but we're gonna have to order some more.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I thought I just ordered those.
Well, you did, but every time I have to refill a 2-ounce thing of glass, that's 60 labels.
Oh, it is 60 labels.
And what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and like whenever I turn a bin upside down, rather than everybody have to put their hands on the glass twice, I'm just printing out the labels and putting them in the bin. That way they can get labeled while they're getting made.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Well, and it'll also show him easier and quicker what's low and what needs made.
Yeah. This is almost done. And then we're going to go home. I don't know what we're having for dinner. Not quite sure. I like where the shell is, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna let it be where it's at. All right, let me move this. Stick that over here. Oh, I think I just stuck my finger in that. I'm gonna finish doing the middle and then we'll do the whole outer edge. Right through here. Probably use what's there. You know what you could do? You could add glitter to this and like do a top coat of like shimmer if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't do that, but that's not to say that, you know, you couldn't do something like that. I'm just not really a fan of glitter very much. I bet that would be pretty. All right, let's do this side over here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this top section. And then I'm just gonna bounce my brush over the top of these little openings for the hooks. All right, next, got this section right here. Edge. I just put my finger in it. Now this is where you can end up overfilling and having it spill over the edge. I've had that happen. good. I love the shell as the rocks. It's one of my favorite parts. Oh, I just got that in my cup. All right, we're in the home stretch. And I'm gonna spray this with alcohol. And it really does make a difference. Okie doke. I don't think I have, oh, I can see like right there. That does not belong on there. All right, right here. Right there, in that corner. Just make your final touches. Love that white. Making sure that red. That red is so vibrant and pretty. Okay, so I think that I'm good. I don't think I need anything else. So I probably could have mixed 10. I have a little under 10 left. Oh my goodness. You see what I just did? I can't believe it. All right, let me set this on a wipe. Let me take off these gloves and put on new ones. Oh, there's the alcohol. I'm looking everywhere for it. I don't want to grab a bottle of alcohol with these yucky gloves because we use this also on our laser machines. So now that this is done, okay, this is just 91%. And I'm going to spray this like kind of a, like you're washing a window. Kind of like you're washing a window. And I'm going to take this tool here, and anywhere I see like a large bubble, I'm going to try and pop it. Most of them just are popped, like this right here. Got that. One right there. I do mean that the alcohol does really help. And now we're gonna let this cure. Spot right there. Just a dark piece right there. Just double checking myself. Bubble right there. Typically they like come to the top and then they pop. I think this one has just a little bit more bubbles than the last time. So in particular about those corners. All right. I think it looks really good. I'm taking these gloves off and I'll take my phone now off and I'll show you what it looks like. Alrighty, I have 7% left on my battery. You can add heat to pop it. I just found that when I add heat, it tends to like warm it up and liquefy it more, and then it like will go off the edge. And I found that the alcohol really does help. Like I have like almost all the bubbles are gone now. There's like very few like right in that little opening right there. But it looks really good. But look at that white glass. Do you guys see that white glass? Do you see that? How pretty. But that light is shining in the sky. That this is my interpretation. Art is whatever you make of it, but this is what I imagine. Sorry, I took a screenshot of that. This is what I imagine. The light is shining in the lighthouse into the sky. It's lighting up the sky and it's causing it to be bright, and then as it gets to the ground it gets darker, and then there's water making like the down below like dark. So this is what it looks like. You could also like make this less that color with clear. Hang on, let me show you this is how it looks when you pull the back off. Like, let me take you outside. I'll show you outside what I'm talking about. This is the crab. Do you see it's not as yellowy looking when you pull that backer, the paper tape off? It just has like that. Oh, it looks like it's gonna rain. You can see, oh gosh, it's like dark out here. It's too dark, but there you go. That's better. This is what it looks like. It's not as yellow. It's a little yellow. That looks really yellow, but when you have the light passing through it, it doesn't look as yellow. See that blue up against that? It's so pretty. So pretty. This is my favorite. I think I'm gonna like the lighthouse too. I think I'm gonna like that too, but this is our crab. We did this one yesterday. I'm not sure which one we should do tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Let me see what I have. I do have the girl with the umbrella at my house. Let me show you the ones that I have right here. So I have this eagle. I have the eagle. I have this hot air balloon. I still have this watering can. I haven't done the watering can. Oh, I have another eagle. I think these got cut twice. I have this bigger heart with the flower, which we did the small heart with the flower. We also have this one, stars Star and Stripe. This is the girl with the umbrella. This is the lady with the umbrella. I'll stick this over here. Maybe we'll do this one tomorrow. Maybe we'll do that one tomorrow. I'll stick that right there. All right, let me go over here. Let's see what else we got. I really want to do this mermaid. Look at that. The mermaid with the bubbles, or like the water ocean bubbles. We already did the smaller version of the dragonfly. This is the bigger version. I have the bee. This one is the teapot with the plants, succulents. I also have this like lotus flower slash succulent in the moon. I have the cardinal in the cage. I have this cross. It's like more of like a mosaic cross. We already did the barn. So I need to set that aside because I already did the barn. I already did the hummingbird. I already showed you this balloon. I already showed you that one. We already did the tree. This is the balloon with the hearts. The hot air balloon with the hearts. That's really great, like for Valentine's Day. We already did that tree. I do have the angel wings. Now these wings, let me show you these wings. So the wings, when you do them, you line up the holes and you can overlap them and they'll hang like wings. See how they'll hang like that? And you can overlap front or back of these angel wings. And then let me show you these butterflies really quick because I really want you to see that. This is a crab we just did. And then I have this watering can. I don't know why I have duplicates of stuff, but let me show you this. These butterflies. Let me show them. All right, let me move this over. Oh, let me put you up here. Let me unplug this iPad. I'll plug my phone in really quick because we're almost done. I'm going to put this on this piece of cardboard. And this is going to now, we're going to let this cure. So I'm going to go move this away. Sorry, we have resin literally everywhere. I keep saying I'm gonna replace this contact paper and I haven't done it yet. All right, so let me show you. So these butterflies are a set of 2. So 14 has A and 14 has B. So do you see how they have, this one has hole up here and up here, and this one only has 1. So these are meant to be done. Zoom in so you can see. These are meant to be done like so. So you would hook it here to hang it, and then you would hook it here to hang it to this one, and then they would twirl. So this is like two butterflies together, and then they would make like a little twirler type of thing. And then this is the same. So this is 14, this is 13. So 13 has, this one has the two holes at the top, and then this one is like at the bottom. And then you would connect these two with like a hook or something, like that little rotating hook, and then you would hang it from up here. So this is style 13. If you like that style of butterfly, and then this is style 14. So there's those two. Okay. I think that's it. So tomorrow, sorry. Tomorrow we will see how that does and cure. I'll be back on later this evening to do a different project with you guys. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed doing the lighthouse with me. I'm about to head home. I was going to do the nightlight, but it's already 6 o'clock. So I'm going to head home, and y'all can enjoy your evening, enjoy your dinner. And I hope you have a great night. If you have any questions, I don't see any comments at all. I will check my phone later, and then don't forget that you can go down to the little chain link down there, and it'll take you to my shop. And I will go ahead real quick. Okay, I will go ahead and add the link to this collection here. That takes you to all the cutouts, the glass. We have 6-inch, 12-inch, and all the different things that you can go and take advantage of. But y'all enjoy your night, and I will see you guys next time.